No?
I like it. There we go. Hi, we're Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. I'm Debbie Murray.
And I'm David Jones. You know, here in Designing Spaces, we take a look at all aspects of your home and property, including lifestyle. So there's plenty to interest homeowners everywhere.
So stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces.
Okay, inside or outside here at Designing Spaces, we are always thinking about what you can do to make your living space a better place to be.
Whoa, wait, thinking about it? Oh, no. Let's show them. Take a look. When homeowners look to upgrading their property's value, remodeling comes to mind. And one of the best places to start? The kitchen. We often think about the cabinets and a new countertop and range. But what about the sink? A new kitchen sink can bring freshness to a kitchen that is both aesthetic and functional. We're going to be installing a stainless steel sink in this kitchen here today. And Joe and I were just talking about stainless steel and the different properties. It was very interesting. So let's continue that conversation.
Sure. There are two main criteria you want to look for when you're purchasing a stainless steel sink. The first is the type of stainless steel that the sink is made with. That has to do with the mix of metals that go into the stainless steel.
Okay.
Two main properties you want to look for is the chromium content and the nickel content. The chromium is what's going to give the sink its stainless properties. The nickel is going to give the sink its corrosion resistant properties.
Both important.
Correct. And then you also want to look for the gauge of the stainless steel.
So what kind of gauge of stainless steel should we look for in a kitchen sink?
The minimum gauge you want to look for on a kitchen sink in an undermount situation is an 18 gauge.
So let me ask you something about stainless steel. Does it live up to its name? Is it stainless, no stain, no rust?
It does not. Stainless is not stain proof.
No.
Stainless gets its name because it stains less than steel. So you want to make sure you still take proper care for your stainless steel sink. If you get products such as lemon juice or vinegar in the bottom of the sink, you don't want to let that sit there. You want to make sure you rinse that out.
Really?
Because that will cause the stainless steel to discolor.
Let's talk about this sink here. What are the properties of this one?
The sink we're looking at here today and that we're going to install is an Artisan brand 16 gauge 304 stainless steel sink.
Okay, there was a lot of numbers. What is 304?
The 304 is the actual type of stainless steel. For a sink to be classified as 304 stainless, it has to have the right mix of chromium and nickel for the steel.
Now, how does a consumer know if a sink is 304 stainless steel? Is it something that is on the box? How do we find that?
Most companies will tell you the type of stainless steel that the sink is made from. However, we are finding sinks that are out there that are not 304 stainless steel. And a consumer can tell that by a couple different ways. There are third-party testing facilities in the U.S. One is UPC, the other one is CSA. These are independent testing facilities that companies can send their product to, have the product tested, and then also they will inspect the factories to make sure that the factories are up to standards. Both third-party testing facilities require that the sink would have the manufacturer's logo or mark somewhere on the sink. This is an Artisan brand stainless steel 16 gauge sink. So we're 20% thicker than an 18 gauge product. 20% thicker means it's 20% quieter. So if you're running a garbage disposal, it's going to be quiet.
Okay.
It is also 20% more thermal resistant. That has to do with the retention of hot water in the sink. So if you're washing dishes and you put hot water in there, it's going to retain that heat in the sink. Another beautiful feature on the Artisan sink, which you'll see, is the very close, tight brushing of the stainless steel sink. We try to mimic most of your high-end appliances, so that way you can tie in that whole kitchen when you're spending a good amount of money to design your kitchen.
It's gorgeous. Okay, I say we install this sink in the kitchen.
Sounds good.
All right, here, I'll help you over. All right, looks good. So for our viewers who want to install a stainless steel sink themselves, what do they need to know?
In this particular situation, we did an undermount sink in a granite countertop.
Okay.
I'm going to recommend in this situation you do use a professional fabricator to cut that hole for that kitchen sink.
Okay.
What you would want to do though in any other situation is measure your sink base. That's your cabinet that the sink is going in. get the dimension of that, and then look at the type of sink you want to put in there. You may need some modifications if it's a top mount sink and you have a Formica countertop. You may want to do a little cutting to get that sink to fit in there.
Okay. Now what about maintenance? What should we do or not do when it comes to stainless steel sinks?
Stainless steel, I'm going to recommend you always follow the manufacturer's recommended cleaning instructions.
Okay.
Because there's many different finishes. In the case with the Artisan sink, we do have our own brand of stainless steel cleaner. And since we are a brush finish, you can actually take a scouring pad, clean it with the brushing of the sink, and that way the sink will come back beautifully and you'll have it looking beautiful for a lifetime.
So where can our viewers learn more about Artisan sinks?
You can visit our website at artisanstyles.com.
Easy enough. Well, Joe, thank you so much for being here. We have a beautiful sink in this kitchen now. Thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Well, you can learn more about Artisan sinks on our website at designingspaces.tv. You'll see this part of the show again, along with many other videos. So check it out. See you soon.
All right, now we covered some big topics when it comes to baths and kitchens, but we are out of time. I'm David Jones.
And I'm Debbie Murray. We'll see you next time right here on Designing Spaces. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.